So the last time we actually left off in the campaign, not a lot happened. Just, our heroes just kind of freed a bunch of slaves. That's the best way I can describe it. You guys freed a bunch of people who were basically slaves in this whole city. It was actually a pretty interesting event. Amethyst learned a little bit more about herself and a lot about her past, and knowing that her past cannot really go away. So that's fun. With that being said, I really have nothing else to say. So let's just get started into this campaign. Not campaign, session. So we start off with a very surreal scene. You guys, this kind of starts in the middle of the day. Everybody's woken up, but essentially you guys have been requested to show up to Gallium's trial for her crimes against, humanity, honestly. As most of you are pretty much witnesses to that. In fact, all of you are. All of you are pretty much witnesses to that sort of thing. The first one to be called up to the stand is Amethyst. The only reason she is the first one is because Takeo is not here. With that, so Amethyst gets called up to the witness stand, and the lawyer says, "Miss, would you state your name and profession?"
Hi, I'm Amethyst Pro Hero.
Yes, good. And you swear to uphold the truth, whatever the truth may mean, nothing but the truth and only the truth?
Yes, I solemnly swear.
Yes, good. Now we can begin. Describe to us the crimes of this Lady Gallium in your best depiction of events.
But I was like, hold on. Whoa, hold on. My phone.
The heck just happened?
Okay, I just know she needs help.
I just know she needs help.
She needs Jesus.
She needs more than help.
She's a wonderful lady. I feel like she lost her way.
You do understand that she nearly tried to kill 3 people, right? 2 of which being pro-heroes.
3 people that we know about. Like, come on.
Exactly.
That seems like lowballing.
You do understand that she sent a pipe bomb filled with nails to a professional hero. That's an act of terrorism.
I forgot about that. Wait, outside of game, I forgot. Okay, no, yeah, never mind.
She pipe bombed Professor Omega in the hospital.
Reverse, yeah, no, she's...
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Tanya still has a pipe bomb that's about to explode in her ability.
Yeah. Well, nothing won't happen, right? It'll just blow up.
Yeah, when it finally comes out. I'm saving it for a rainy day.
Pause the time.
that one time where Tanya's like, back off or we all blow up.
Bitch, I got a shirt.
I'm gonna wait till everyone forgets about it and then just use it on like something simple, like, hey, we need to catch some food for dinner, and just blow up like a deer or something.
So quiet. I got reaction.
Tanya pulls out railgun, rolls a 1. Tanya pulls out bomb.
Rolls a 26.
Everybody's like, where did that pipe bomb come from? What the heck?
Like, bro, you guys don't remember?
At that point, it's just Keyshawn should just say, everybody pull out your new character sheet.
Can you please describe... The lawyer goes on. Can you please describe the events that happened with Roxanne on that day that you decided to follow Miss Gallium to meet the devil?
What?
Did you forget?
Yes. I was asking Kitty. Kitty was like, what? I said, what?
To be fair, this did happen like maybe 3 weeks ago.
I missed like half of the sessions.
He rubs his head and says, "Next witness, please." Tanya gets called to the stand. "Miss, can you please state your name and profession for me?"
My name is Tanya, pro hero.
"Okay, good. And you," and he gets in your face, "and you swear to appease the truth, nothing but the truth and only the truth?"
Sure, why not?
"Yeah, I'll take it." "Can you please describe Miss Gallium's character for me, please?"
That bitch is crazy.
"Yes. Would you say that she's quite insane?"
Hold on.
Yeah, for sure.
Do
She's
you
out of her
think?
mind.
Do you think that with any rehabilitation she could walk into society?
Probably not.
No further
She's pretty
questions.
far gone.
No further questions, Your Honor. Next witness. K gets called to the stand. "Mr. K, can you please describe to me Gallium's plan?" Actually, I don't know if Kenny. Well, no, Kenny was there. "Can you please describe to me why Gallium wanted to kidnap Roxanne in order to do whatever?"
She wanted to get Galliant to like her again.
"Do you think this is a reasonable request for someone to oh, and she's gone." What the heck?
Okay, yeah. Okay, go.
Where did it stop?
I
She wanted
said-
to.
I heard what Kenny said.
Okay.
Do you think that this is a reasonable request, a reasonable action for a normal person trying to get someone to like them?
Definitely not. This is beyond psychotic.
And would you say that she would probably do it again if she was left out in the street?
100% sure.
No further questions, Your Honor. As you can see, this lady is clearly insane. The judge just looks frustrated. "We know. We've heard testimony for about 300 people." Well, I'm just trying to hammer in the fact. Listen, what are you trying to get at here? I'm saying that a normal penitentiary will not be good enough. Sorry, misspoke. Instead,
I hope you did.
Instead, I propose we send her to Void Out 1. The courtroom grows silent. "Mr. Bucks Aplenty." Oh, I can't name him that because that's a copyrighted character. I'll just name him Mr. Bucks. "Mr. Bucks, do you understand the ramifications of what you are saying? No hero has ever been to Void Out 1. Exactly. It sets an example, my dear judge. After all, we cannot just allow her to be randomly on this planet anymore. We need to make her suffer for her crimes." The judge thinks about it, and he hits the gavel saying, "We'll take a quick recess. Everyone gets back here in an hour." After everybody kind of leaves the courtroom, you guys kind of exit with Professor Omega and all of the pro heroes, honestly. Miss Lasso, Mr. Unstoppable, Galliant, who is also there. Everybody's kind of made a somewhat full recovery. As Professor Omega says, "I cannot believe that
that somebody dressed me up in a suit and tie over this. Ugh. I should be working in a lab, not dressed up in a monkey suit. Regardless. Tanya, do me a favor.
Sure, what is it?
He gives you a ticket and he says,
Run down to the lunchroom and get me some wings or something.
Anything to get out of here. That bitch is crazy.
Yes.
Tanya leaves.
all right. Look, Professor Omega looking at Amethyst and Kay.
So, how was the training with my father?
Who is this speaking?
Professor Omega.
We had training with his father. I think I missed that session.
Oh, right. You weren't here on Saturday. So, yeah. It was training with his father. Well, he at least talks to Amethyst. How was training with my father?
Demanding, crazy as usual.
Ah, what? I thought that you guys would get along. He's more of a salt to the earth kind of guy.
Oh, yeah. He's a dream.
I get the disturbing feeling that you don't exactly trust him.
Are you saying that because you still think I don't trust you?
Well, yes. I mean, I don't blame you for not trusting me. After all, I did threaten you with hydrochloric acid.
Multiple times.
That's regardless semantics. You're a little too passive-aggressive on that, you know.
What? No. Your father's great. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad someone thinks so. I don't really visit him often. Too busy with work, you know. I tried to replace my body with a simulacrum to help him out, but he said there's nothing like the real deal. You real deal, Saint. You need to visit your father in person, Saint. I told my father it's just like I would visit you in person, but unfortunately I'm holding nitroglycerin right now. Do you want us both to blow up? Because this is how both of us blow up. You know, saying that sentence out loud, I can understand why people don't trust me.
Yes.
Regardless. I'm sure he's a doll. He's probably fine. I don't need to visit him as often. Well, how was the training anyway?
Still me.
Yeah?
Okay, just make sure. Well, hopefully I can get through this training and my constructs will be more detailed.
Yeah, especially with the tournament coming up. Which reminds me, I do have something that I kind of want you all to do for me. But we can discuss that later.
Meanwhile, with Tanya at the cafeteria, getting wings for Professor Omega because reasons. You think you see someone in a lab coat walking towards you.
Okay.
The man is weird, to say the least. His hair is all out. He's really crazy looking. There are a lot of... It just looks very unkempt, wild. Almost like he washed it once, never washed it again, and then just let his hair do whatever it wants for the rest of his life. His face is covered by half of a mask, and when I say that, I mean that the mask covers half of his face vertically, not horizontally. So you can see his left eye and left part of his mouth and left nose, but anything else is not seen. The mask in itself, it looks like it's been drawn on with very crude crayon. At least you hope that's red crayon. So the guy walks towards you and says, "Hello, my little, what's it called?
Oh no.
Child! Child, right? You are a child. That's the word, right?
Yeah, you could call me that. Who are you?
Good. Oh, I'm just a friend. I wanted to talk to you because I really need to speak to Professor Omega. Is that what he's calling himself now? That's so much like Saint. I just want to talk to him for a bit.
Then why don't you go talk to him?
Well, I don't know
Why are
where
you
he
talking
is.
to me? Who are you to Professor Omega?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, who are you to Professor Omega?
Oh, just a family friend.
He's never mentioned any family friends before.
Well, he doesn't like mentioning me, much like my father.
What's your name?
Well, Judges.
Judges?
Yep, Judges Omega.
Oh. Oh, I'll tell him you're here.
Thank you. It would be a pleasure if he could meet me as soon as possible. I need to talk to him right away.
Alright, well, I guess Tanya finishes getting the wings.
All right. After Tanya comes back up the stairs, of course, after getting the wings, as Professor Omega's like,
Thank goodness, Tanya. This conversation with your friends are going nowhere. I was getting bored.
Yeah, apparently there's some dude downstairs. He says he's a family friend of yours. Says his name's Judges.
you see, this is the first time that you've seen Professor Omega's face just like look terrified, go wide.
Oh, Lord, have mercy, no. Please don't.
Yeah, I did tell him where you were. He seemed kind of sketchy.
Oh, he already knows where I am. He's just messing with you.
He walks upstairs and says, "Oh, brother, it's good to see you."
Oh, good Lord. Brother! It's been far too short. How you been? Could have sworn that you still had 4 life sentences in the state pen that you have to work out.
Oh, I did. But unfortunately, fortunately for me, the Somnium government paid my bail.
Why?
Well, obvious reasons. Professor Omega just looks so confused, just like,
What possible reasons do they have to... It's human experimentation, isn't it? Yup! Tanya, Amethyst, Kay, meet my brother, Judges Omega, who I thought was supposed to be serving the rest of his life in the state penitentiary, but apparently isn't, for some reason.
again, first time that Professor Omega is like really showing emotion, other than like that scene with Gallium and all that stuff. Judges, of course, says, "I could have sworn that I sent a letter to your place of business 4 months ago."
You got out 4 months ago?
Yes. Where do you think I've been? I've been in Somnium, relaxing by the third moon in the solar sphere.
It's not the words at all. We don't even have a... What? As you can see, my brother is a little bit, how's the best way to put it? Off hinge. That's the best way I can put it. So, why are you here?
Judges looks at Tanya and says, "I'd like to offer your apprentice something. Something that you could never do, brother, because of your so-and-so-called morality."
Oh God.
Ton.
What the hell?
I know. In fact, I'd like to offer it to all of you. I know
Oh, my
that.
phone is way back.
You good over there, Shayna?
Yeah,
Okay.
mouse is almost back.
Okay. I'd like to offer you all a good chance of growing your talent for the cost of nothing.
How exactly?
What's the catch?
Grow our power.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple procedure called surgery. Very intense surgery.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a few more details.
Oh, it's nothing really special. Just a couple implants, a couple reattachments. You know, we might snap a limb and then reform it later.
Uh,
Oh my gosh.
Professor Omega just says, and this is why you ended up in the state pen in the first place. No, I ended up in the state pen because of 5 charges of homicide, 3 charges of manslaughter, and 1 charge of malpractice using experimental technology and human experimentation, which was the most bullcrap out of those charges.
Anya slowly backs away.
I politely decline.
Oh, don't worry, I've gotten better. I use anesthesia now.
I think I'm good.
Oh, it's completely harmless. It won't hurt. Stop
I think
being...
I'm worthy of such an amazing procedure.
Oh, but you are. Trust and believe. In fact, I think all of you are. He looks at Amethyst. What the heck? He looks at Amethyst. I believe that you, especially, are worth my special attention. Oh, I would love to dissect a magic user.
Oh my god.
Then goes to Kay. And you there. I'm pretty sure we could refine those muscles with a couple of needle threads, sew-ins, and a couple body parts replaced.
Body parts replaced.
Of course, the human body can only go so far. If we replaced your muscles with monster tissue, then we might be able to get somewhere.
That sounds very risky.
Oh, extremely risky, but the benefits are beautiful. Don't worry, I've done this procedure to 50 patients, and at least 5 of them have survived.
Ooh.
I wonder what Kenny's reaction is to this right now.
He looks shook.
that's a good way to put it. And you there, my little child. Well, I don't know much about your power, only the records that I stole.
Am I not playing?
I only know as much as the records I stole. Apparently your thing is a visible backpack. Well, I'm pretty sure we will be able to stretch them. We'll be able to stretch your ability as soon as we replace some of your brain with different skeletal tissue.
I think that's right. Oh, shit.
Huh.
No, I'm not worthy of such an amazing surgery.
Oh, but you are. Stop being so modest. Everyone deserves a surgery. As Professor Omega slaps him, saying, first off, don't touch Tanya. Second off, don't break into a musical again. Brother, why are you really here? Other than human experimentation. Okay, you got me, Saint, you got me. I'm actually here to show off my latest invention that I'm pretty sure will beat your latest invention. Oh, really? And pray tell, which invention would you like for me to beat? Would you like to beat, judges? Isn't it obvious? You made a child. points at Tanya.
I think you got the wrong idea.
No, I definitely do not. You actually got a child to actually like you, Saint. That doesn't happen often.
Mildly tolerate is more like it.
Either way, it's better than running off. And besides, you're trying to train her ability by taking it slow, like a tree growing into a mighty oak. Pish posh! The real talent is through surgery. Again, Professor Omega slaps him. Don't you dare. Listen. I just wanted to show off because for once I beat you to the punch. That's right. I successfully did it. I successfully expanded someone's talent through surgical means, and they didn't die this time.
Any adverse effects to that?
Oh, pish posh water under a bridge. Semantics. Who cares? I did something that you couldn't. With all your philosophy, and it's all in the mind. I've scientifically able to break down a talent. Now, of course, I haven't been able to recreate that success. Ever. But I've done it to one person, and they just so happen to be a child as well. Professor Omega puts his hand on his face, rubs his temples.
I'm going to ignore the fact that you just said you experimented on a child, because now I'm morbidly curious. Pray tell, who is this child?
I'd like to present to you Mr. Wallace. He shows Professor Omega a picture.
Wallace? You're working for a debutante?
I think of it more like a king.
It's a debutante.
Regardless, he's going to be showing up into the tournament. And
what is a debutante?
It's the American version of royalty.
Oh, okay.
So like the Kennedys, they would be debutantes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they have a lot of power in the Somnium government.
I can tell.
Anyway, he's going to be going in the tournament, and he's especially wanted a crack at your little experiment.
First of all, Tanya's not an experiment. Lab rats, maybe, but experiments, no. Second...
Can you repeat that last part, Omega?
Don't worry, I mean it in the best way possible. Second off, why the heck would he be interested in Tanya?
Well, why don't you ask him yourself? He's here. Out from the rafters drops a boy that you guys have all seen before, with a cape wrapped around him and a green crystal in his ear. It's James. James freaking Wallace.
Where is the nearest exit?
The nearest exit would be downstairs. As James looks at you with the sweetest of smiles, though Tanya knows that this is a complete farce. Hi, Tanya. It's good to see you again.
Tanya just moves behind Professor Omega.
It seems that your little apprentice doesn't exactly rub Tanya the right way. Care to explain?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Listen, they only paid me to increase his power. That's about it. I don't get personal with my victims like you do.
He said victims this time.
I'm having much fun with these characters. He looks at Amethyst and Kay again. Final offer, guys. You know, you could get this supreme power that I can bestow on you. Sure, there's about a 1 in 10 chance that you'll actually survive it, but I'm pretty sure the risk is worth taking.
No, I think we're fine.
We're very fine.
Losers! Squares! You're a bunch of squares!
But I'm in a live square.
Cowards! You don't care.
I'd rather
about
be a square than dead.
Put it on a shirt. I'd rather be a square than dead.
I'm sure. I didn't know if it was like a thing where I could go.
Oh, hi, Miles.
How are you?
It's up to you.
I'm fine. Don't worry. You came in at the right time. Just tell me when you're about to join, and then I'll get back to you. With that being said, see, James here is one of the children of debutante Wallace, and so I have been tasked to help him grow his wings and spread his wings like a delicate little bat. Shayna, what the heck was that?
What?
He's just like unmuted for a second, and then there was just a loud noise.
Oh, I was closing my door.
Oh. But yes, he should be allowed to spread his wings like a glorious little bat, sucking out all the life of everything else in the area. With that being said, little one, looking at Tanya, are you sure you don't want to join me? I'm pretty sure that I could find the right experimentation for you.
Tanya just stays behind Professor Omega.
James gets a little closer. Yeah, Tanya, do you want to join us? Professor Omega like hides Tanya behind him. It's like, and that'll be enough. Listen, you two get out of here before I call the police, which is ironic since we're in a courthouse, but still I will do it. Why? We haven't even done anything illegal. No, it's not you I'm worried about. It's me, because I'm ready to kill you. You've always been this way, Saint. Why can't you just love your brother? My love for you died when you killed your first victim. Fair enough. You
Classic.
You just don't see it yet, Omega. Times are changing. Things are happening. You're going to have to pick sides. After all, you're one of the greatest scientists at least on this side of the planet. But unfortunately, I'm the greatest scientist on the other side. We'll be in touch. Kisses. Give my love to Father. As he and James leave on a tricycle. Somehow he got a tricycle up there.
They just boogie out with a tricycle.
Yeah, like all Saw style and all. It's Saw style, bro. Want to play a game? What were you gonna say?
They just be out here saving the environment. How can I be mad?
With that being said, Professor Omega looks at Amethyst and says, "And you say I'm the creepy one?"
Yes. That will never change, no matter who comes along.
Some people just can't be pleased. Anyway, Tanya,
Grabs you by the head.
did you get my wings?
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you. Also, what the heck was that about?
Well, what was what about?
I've never seen you brace up like that. You're usually so resilient, and yet you just acted like a coward.
I wouldn't say that.
I definitely would.
He looks back at Kay and Amethyst.
Has the definition of coward changed in the last 3 days? Because I'm pretty sure that was what a coward does.
Oh my gosh. And I'm the passive aggressive one?
You're usually so strong and independent and, well, to be fair, very, very determined to speak your mind about things. However, that was very out of character.
Character pitch posh.
Yeah, semantics. No, but seriously, what was that about? You know that kid, don't you?
You could say that, but you hate emotion, so let's just ignore it.
That reminds me. If you guys see Takeo and Jafari, tell them to meet us at the courthouse. I have some very special instructions for each one of you. Just because today is a court day doesn't mean that you get to lounge around and not do some training. So with that being said, Amethyst, I want you to try and recreate this.
He shows you like a car engine in every single part possible.
That's the part where you go make the engine.
And Kay, I want you.
My dice.
And Kay, I want you to check in with Mr. Unstoppable. I'm pretty sure he has something. Also, don't worry, Amethyst. Miss Lasso will help you with that engine, and probably, maybe not. I don't care.
Is
Right
Mr.
now.
Unstoppable out the hospital?
Yeah, he did.
I only got a 14, so that engine gonna be kind of falling apart.
Yeah, no.
You needed a 30 to make that engine, so.
Oh yeah, okay. Jesus. Okay, well, I know it was never meant to be.
So, with that being said, as for you, Tanya, I do have a special request. I have a very special assignment for you, and I'm pretty sure that you, with enough determination, you'll be able to do it.
What assignment?
Well, I know that we haven't been working on your powers lately as much as your strength and physical attributes, so I want you to try something for a little experiment of mine. Since you can stick your hands into your portals, I want you to try and see what's inside of there.
Oh, what?
Yeah, just see what it looks like. If you can do it, then it breaks my theory. But if you can't, then it confirms it.
So you want me to try to like stick my head in my portal?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and do it outside. Just like I said, I have a theory, and if you fail, then I highly doubt that it's going to be pleasant to look at.
Oh.
Oh, don't worry, nothing will happen to you physically. At least I hope not.
Oh God.
So with that being said, Kay shows up to Mr. Unstoppable. And Mr. Unstoppable said, with like a massive wound in his chest, still standing up, but still speaking, not spurting any blood or anything. He's just like, that was a good throw with the javelin. It really hurt. Like, really hurt. Didn't think I would be able to walk after that.
Are you gonna be alright?
All right, I've never felt better. Just wrestled Big Aster Bear. Lost, but wrestled.
Just wrestled a bear. I lost. What a guy.
Well, I happen to fight an astral bear myself.
Hey, listen, no one likes a brown noser, okay? I'm just joking. I heard about your feat. Amazing. You took down Aster Bear without even getting one single injury. Well, you got a lot of self-sustained injuries, but not one created by Aster Bear. Good thing too. Their poison, that's one of the reasons why I was out a lot. I actually recovered in a week. However, I fought that Aster Bear, and that poison really messed me up.
Can you cook you afterwards?
What? Go away. Talk to me tomorrow.
I was trying to listen.
We're going biking tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's do that then.
Uh-huh.
Love you.
Stop bumping into things.
If there's not a lot of space, Boo,
And don't come in.
I have to see you.
And just on to the blooper reel it goes.
Sorry about that. How pathetic you're not.
Yeah, we can hear it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Find the window of the call was on and my dad came in, so I just pulled out my mic.
Oh. Well,
Here it is. Now I find the window. I was gonna mute myself, and then I was like, oh, he just keeps talking.
With that being said, just like Mr. Unstoppable says to you, I have very, very special assignment. Okay?
I'm listening.
Are you ready for this? We're going to be working on your endurance again.
Okay.
Now, unlike running, which only helps your legs, I decided that today we're going to be a little bit adventurous. So instead of your legs just breaking, I'm going to break your entire body.
And how do you plan to do that?
Swimming.
Then I can do it myself.
Well, swimming. Swimming is a great way to exercise all muscles. I want you to swim 15 miles out and then come back in. Now, here's the catch. I want you to swim out 15 miles when it's high tide. And I want you to swim in 15 miles when it's low tide. The reason why is because it's going to be harder to swim out to sea when it's high tide and into sea when it's low tide.
I see.
Yes. And the currents around Sullivan Island are pretty strong. So also don't forget to take this. He gives you a necklace. It has a bunch of the best way I can describe it is like it's a weird smelling necklace that looks like wood, but you definitely know it's not.
What?
So what exactly is preventing me from going out here and drowning?
Nothing.
Gotcha.
I gave you that necklace because it wards off the asters. Though when you make it wet, it only works for about 2 hours, so try to be quick about it.
So I have 2 hours to swim 50 miles out and 50 miles back.
No, not 50. 15. 15.
Oh, 15.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That should be perfectly doable in 2 hours with your strength.
And my manta's like, yeah, 15 hours. Tomorrow it's 50.
Tomorrow's 50. I'm glad we had this conversation. Anyway, back to the pills. Like I said, that Aster Bear really messed me up. I gotta take these pills before. He stops, he looks at you, he says, Kay, when did you get 3 heads?
Maybe it's time for you to lay down.
And when did Amethyst grow a tail?
No.
With that being said, so everybody kind of has their perspective tasks. I have no idea where Miles is right now. So that's fun.
Oh, I think she's taking a shower first.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool.
Mm.
And also Tati, she'll join eventually. With that being said, let's focus on Tanya's. Now I want Shayna and Kenny, I want you to roll focus for me. And then but don't
see it.
But don't tell me what it is. Anyway, with Tanya. So Tanya opens her portal.
Oh shit.
Yes, it's not too hard to do. It's only hard to do in a stressful situation.
No, I was thinking of the bomb thinking from the last time. Yeah. I got scared.
So Tanya opens her portal. As soon as she tries to stick her head in, it's like smashing your face against a glass plate. As you hear a voice saying, Tanya, what the heck?
What? What's that?
Again, the vision of little backpack, invisible backpack, not little backpack, invisible backpack shows up to you. Now, again, this is kind of what Professor Omega meant, like, you don't want to be around public because this is how people think you're crazy. But yeah, she says, what are you doing?
I don't know. I was told to stick my head in here. Where are you? I can't see you.
She's right next to you.
Oh, there you are. Oh, can I see you right now?
Yeah, you can. Okay. Why the heck are you sticking your head into a portal?
The man in the lab coat said to. I don't know.
Well, don't.
Why not?
'Cause you're not. She just kind of like stops herself. Like she was about to say something, and then she stops herself by putting her mouth putting her hands over her mouth, both hands over her mouth. You know she was about to say something probably rude. You know what? Disregard that. Why again are you trying to stick your head into the portal?
Professor Omega has a theory.
Right. So I'm just gonna close that. Closes the portal.
Why did you do that?
Why? I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
You can just open and close these things at will?
I mean, I am your talent, so kinda-ish.
Can you, like, open them when I tell you to?
Yeah. I don't think you understand. I'm just a physical representation of your talent, okay? As confusing as this is. Okay, I'll open it back if you want me to. Opens it back up.
You did that really easily. Why can't I do it as easily as how you do it?
Because you're not again, puts her hand over her mouth.
Stop that. Tell me what you were going to say.
I don't think you want to.
I want to know. How about you tell me now? I really want to know.
You're not. She closes her eyes. Dodges. Starts caving on herself. Just like, you know that thing when people are bracing for impact because they're about to say something? That's what she's doing. Not powerful enough to do that?
What? How do I get powerful enough to do that?
I can't tell you.
Get off the wall. Why not? You're supposed to be the thing that opens and closes it, so how can I be that? Tell me!
Well, Tanya, the reason why I just make everything worse. I'm gonna go now.
What? No, don't leave.
Am I doing something wrong or am I doing something right? I can't tell with you.
Right now, both.
How am I doing it both?
You're doing the thing that opens it, which is good, but you won't tell me anything, so that's bad.
Well, maybe you should focus more on training how to open it then.
How do I do that?
You complained that I can't do anything. Now you're asking me how to do this stuff?
If you're the embodiment of what the thing that do, I don't like this. Just tell me how to do the thing that is you.
You just do it. You do it all the time. You just never do it as often. It's okay. It's not. Well, to be fair,
Sorry if you can hear the frogs in the background.
Nah, it's fine. But to be fair, like every single time you pull out a gun, you do just do it innately. So
Yeah.
but with that being said, she says, it doesn't answer the question. Stop dodging the question. Why are you trying to look inside your own portal anyway?
I want to see what's in there.
Well, I'm not letting you.
What do you mean you're not letting me? You're my talent, let me.
She says this very shyly and sheepishly. No.
Bruh.
Just show me.
No.
What do you mean no?
I mean, no. You're not ready.
You can just say no.
Yes.
How do I be ready?
That's something that you have to decide. I can't decide that for you.
All right, I'm ready. Show me.
No.
What? First you say decide, and then you say, oh, yeah, I can't decide.
Listen, it's not easy being your talent, especially when your user is ungrateful. As she again puts her hands over her mouth. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
Just speak your mind.
She just like shrinks away into like the middle of the. She just like slinks away from Tanya right now. She's just like sheepishly just staying away from Tanya, just like. It's like I messed up.
Alright, I want to go back to Professor Omega because he gives me answers.
Okay. With that being said, what did Amethyst roll?
I rolled a 25.
Okay. So you do make part of the engine. All the pieces are there. They're just not in the right order. You know, this engine, if you were to actually put it in the car, would probably explode on as soon as it started.
But it started, and that's what matters.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just that you connected the electricity vein to the fuel line, so that's not good.
But how many people say they made an engine out of nothing that started?
That's right. I'm amazing.
Now, what happened after that?
And then what did K roll?
A 21.
All right. I'll tell your thing in a second. Meanwhile, back with Tanya, with Professor Omega, who has changed into his lab coat and is holding some chemical in his hand. As he's saying to himself,
Why the heck does this thing turn rainbow colors? Could have sworn that I just made bleach. The heck?
Tanya goes to Professor Omega.
Oh, Tanya. How are you?
I don't understand.
Yeah, proved my theory.
What do you mean your theory? What's your theory?
I'm pretty sure that this chemical that I'm holding in my hand is highly explosive to vibration.
With that being said, as he throws the chemical, nothing happens.
With that being said, come with me, child. There's something I want to show you.
Professor Omega takes you into one of his labs. It's actually cleaner than the rest of them. There's nothing on the floor this time. It's a gigantic. The best way I can explain is like being in a doctor's office. It's like it's very well lit. There's no chemicals on the walls or anything. It's actually not typical of a Professor Omega lab, not gonna lie.
All right then. Let's get started.
As he pulls a curtain behind him, you just see a gigantic mirror.
What's this supposed to do?
Allow you to take the plunge.
What does that even mean?
Ay. Want answers so quickly, I'm giving them to you. But I can elaborate. You see, Tanya, when I gave you your pill the first time along with your teammate, what I gave you was a way to access your ability in a personalized form. There are more difficult ways to do it, but this was just simpler. Because of this, your abilities kind of have free range of doing whatever they kinda want. Now, it's not permanent. It's just to help you through utilizing your ability in the best way possible. Therefore, they can and will be given access to certain things.
That's the problem. Too much personality.
Yeah.
It won't let me stick my head in there, like you said to. And then when I want answers, she clams up and won't tell me nothing.
Yeah, I kind of figured that would happen. Let me show you. You need to take this pill, though.
Did Tanya take the
Tanya
pill?
takes the pill.
Okay. I thought there was gonna be some dialogue. Like, why do I have to take pills for every single thing? No, it's like Tanya takes the pill.
Now with this man, Tanya pretty much knows that at this point.
All right. Tanya takes the pill. This one's very unusual though, because unlike the other pills where it required like staring at the mirror, no, the mirror starts to melt. In fact, the entire room starts to melt. It's actually quite a surreal experience.
I will make.
I knew Shayna was gonna say that, the Matrix. But no, the entire room starts to seemingly fades away.
Now calm down. This is completely normal for this operation. What you're probably experiencing is the room starting to melt away, which again is a side effect of taking this pill. Now then, I want you to look behind you, and then in 3 seconds, I want you to look back.
All right, Tanya does it.
All right, Tanya looks behind her. You notice that there's a light emanating from where you looked before. So usually there would just be the mirror there, but no, now there's a light emanating from where you had looked. Somewhat of a cold air kind of flows over Tanya. It brings back very harsh memories that you'd rather not remember. Memories of the sadness that the great sadness and depression that you held when you were actually back at the school for at Galleon Institution.
Okay.
It's a very melancholy atmosphere. The room starts to turn. The atmosphere just feels gray, if you could even describe that. When Tanya looks back, all she sees is a massive gate filled with nothing but chains over it. It is a gate that stands taller than most skyscrapers in New York. It is a gate that is as long as the Berlin Wall. It is an ironclad door. There is something behind it, but you do not know what.
Now then, Tanya, what do you see? Ah, yes, I figured as much. All right, don't worry. I'll explain it all in just a second.